You're tuned into The Drop with Ese Doc. Covering topics from entertainment, sports, to trending topics on social media. Book review. Bringing a unique perspective to every episode. This podcast isn't all fun and games. Ese Doc, speaking candidly about the challenges faced by Latinos in the United States. To inspire thought and change in our communities. To help strengthen our families and the world.
You are now about to witness.
Helping to elevate our voice. Tune in for an engaging and thought-provoking listening experience. It's on now. The Drop with Ese Doc. It's The Drop with Ese Doc. Welcome to the show. And today, we're talking about Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou. And this fight takes place in Saudi Arabia on March 8th. Brought to you by DAZN, or DAZN, as I used to call it when this network was first created. So months after Francis Ngannou almost shocked the world against Tyson Fury, he's ready to face another former world champion. And Anthony Joshua said, okay, let's do this. So again, the fight's going to air on DAZN, and it's going to be on March 8th in Saudi Arabia. So, and I've been getting a lot of questions about what I believe will happen on March 8th with AJ and Ngannou. And, you know, I'd say, well, why do you think that Anthony Joshua was so quick to accept it? Why do you think Anthony Joshua would maybe have some reservations about accepting a fight with Ngannou if he wasn't fully confident that he can win that fight? And, you know, maybe looking back at the tape of Ngannou and Fury, you know, maybe Anthony Joshua saw something that, you know, he could exploit. So, my answer to that, I gotta go with AJ. You know, and I'm not the biggest AJ fan. You know, I was watching the Reese and AJ fight, you know, while it was going on live. You know, and I was rooting for Reese. You know, and even on the second fight, I was still hoping Reese would take it. You know, so, but again, the better man won. You know, AJ came in with a strategy, and, you know, he ensured his win. He's a smart fighter. He's a big fighter. Now, is Joshua bigger than Ngannou? Taller? I don't know. Let's look it up here. His size comparison. There you go. Okay, so AJ stands at he's 6'6". He has an 82-inch reach, and he weighs 250 pounds. And yeah, I think Ngannou has a little bit less of a reach, and he might be a little shorter than AJ. Yeah, so Ngannou has AJ has more of the reach advantage. He has an 85-inch reach, while Ngannou has an 83-inch reach. And let's see here. So I want to say, and I could be wrong, you know, and if I am, then let me know. But I think AJ is a little bigger than Ngannou. So, but why do I think that Anthony Joshua has the advantage? Well, I think Anthony Joshua has the advantage because he has a lot of ring experience in boxing. He's been defeated. He's been at the very top. But, again, AJ's been in some wars. He's got more experience in the ring. Now, one of the disadvantages that I think Joshua has is, he's kind of big and bulky. And they both kind of have that similar kind of style. I think Ngannou might be maybe a little lighter on his feet, which if Ngannou is a smaller man, that's going to be to his benefit, right? If he can move a little better, maybe a thing or two that he picked up from Tyson. Because in my opinion, Joshua just, with the exception when he fought Reese, and he was a lot lighter, if you noticed. He came in a lot lighter for that rematch fight with Reese. And he moved around a lot. He's good on his feet. But, the difference between AJ and Tyson Fury fighting Ngannou is that Anthony Joshua has power. I would say that he has more power than Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury has good technique. He's got really good movement, really smart fighter, high ring IQ, but, he doesn't really bring that much power. He's the type to just slowly break down his opponent. Right? So you have two fighters. It's going to be a great fight because you have two fighters that both have power. Ngannou, I think, has the highest recorded, pounds per pressure punch recorded in history. So Ngannou has the strongest punch recorded in history so far. So that's what Anthony Joshua has to look out for, right? But Ngannou is going up against a guy that, is maybe a little bigger and has way more experience than him in the ring, who also packs a punch. So when asked, what do I think would happen in Saudi Arabia on March 8th, I think Anthony Joshua is going to stop him. Somewhere before the 10th round. I think it's only 10 rounds. So I think, maybe 8th round, 7th, 8th round, somewhere around there. I think Anthony Joshua is going to stop him via knockout or TKO. Because I think he's got a lot of power, and it's going to shock Ngannou if he's comparing Anthony Joshua to Tyson Fury from a power point of view. And I think Tyson Fury was very sportsmanlike, and not saying that he hadn't trained right after his fight with Ngannou, because he didn't look that great in that fight. And in my opinion, I think he fucked off during training. Even though he said, no, I took it very serious, I trained, I don't think he did. I don't think he trained as well. I think there was some fucking off during that training camp. Maybe some of those old habits. Because he did mention he was like drinking during his camp. So, and I think it showed come fight night. Because that was not a top tier Tyson Fury. He looked a little careless. He didn't look that focused. I don't think he took that fight that serious. And that's the reason why Ngannou did so well. Again, I have no dog in the fight. Either way. I'm not a big Tyson Fury fan or a big Ngannou fan. So it's just from the outside looking in. So when you ask me about the fight on March 8th, I think Anthony Joshua is going to KO Francis Ngannou. That's what I think would happen. So we will stay tuned and see what happens on fight night. So with that being said, follow me on all the socials. Instagram, Ese_Docwell, DOCWEL. Follow me on TikTok at Ese Doc, ESEDOC. I'm out. Peace. Thank you for listening to this episode of The Drop with Ese Doc. Peace.
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.